Welcome to the tarot reading, everyone. I am Serona Rose, and we are going to see what the cards have in store for us. We'll be using our Divine Feminine deck, our Roses deck, and our Witches Tarot. So I'm going to get these up. Start with this one. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a shuffle, and I've already shuffled these before, so I'm just giving them a little bit of a shuffle and to see what the roses have to say to us. So we're going to put them right there. All right, this is the Divine Feminine. And it's really interesting about this deck. I'm really connected to this Divine Feminine deck, and interesting story. So last week, after I got finished doing the reading, I gathered the cards up and I put them away. But when I went to work the next day, I was looking around and I saw these two cards just laying there. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have seen them, and there's no way they would have fell there by themselves. I mean, I had these cards put away. I had all of them put away. But anyway, it was very interesting. It was a good message that the Divine Feminine had for me. And, yeah, that's why I just really love these decks in Hedwana. And this one I have a real connection to right here. But we'll talk about her in a moment. Let's put these up, and then let's do our tarot. Let's see what the tarot has in store for us today, or this week, I should say. This is for the week of September the 7th through September the 14th. Can y'all believe this? Wow. This year has flown by. Oh. So, anyway. Yes. Alrighty. This is our past. This is our present. This is the future energy. This is what blocks us. That is our wishes and dreams. This is our outcome. And of course, we always look at the bottom. Oh my goodness. So this energy, the underlying energy of this reading is the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is about a choice that needs to be made. And it's one that's going to be very emotional, meaning that it's not going to be an easy choice. Many times you will see this card in relationship spread where you're in a love triangle or things like that. But this card can also indicate that you have two paths before you, and you're going to need to choose one. There's no if and buts about it. There's no high road. There is, you either need to go this way or you go that way. It's a crossroads. And normally this this card has like a drop of blood, meaning that there is going to be a sacrifice that will be made. There will be a sacrifice that you will need to make. There you go. Sometimes these images go really faster than I can speak. But from this, I'm feeling that there's something that we're going to have to choose. We're going to have to, batten ourselves down, and we are going to have to, we can't stay in the middle anymore. There's a lot of people that want to live on that fence, on the fence, in between. And that's not really a good thing to do. So you really mess yourself up that way, because you keep yourself from the opportunities that could arise to you, that could come to you. You keep yourself from, many things. When you don't make a choice, many times the choice is made for you, and you completely lose in this process. And, for this full moon, as we're seeing this Well, with Mercury being going retrograde in the sign of Libra, Libra's energy is wanting a win-win situation. And, you know, sometimes we have to swallow our pride in order to allow everyone to be able to benefit. So that's very interesting. So you notice here I have 2 cards. 2 came out, but we'll read those in just a second. So let's read the rose. So it's the child. So, oh, that's so beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? I love this deck. The child. This is about remembering innocence. Remember when we were children and we could just play outside and watch the butterflies. It is the innocence of being connected to nature, to our true roots. In our world nowadays, we are so severed from the earth, from our mother, that it's so unreal. And we're seeing this trauma right now being played out. But this is reminding us that we need to tune in to that essence within us and remember our innocence. Remember for our children, remember the children's innocence as well. Our children are in a very heated debate in our world right now, and it's really about going for what is best for the children, what is best for their overall, not just for the short term and what they want right now, but how about in 20 to 30 years from now? So, but being a child too is that childlike wonder about that amazing thing that we have here. We live in such a beautiful world, and we allow so many things to complicate us. We allow the disturbance, or the distraction, I should say, of other people to really, really get in our way and block us from the true journey that we should be on. So what a wonderful message there. So then we have Breed, the goddess of the eternal flame. I am an eternal flame, and each day my light grows brighter. Well, if you are familiar with this goddess, Breed, or some people know her as Saint Bridget, I believe she's 2 different people here in this deck. But the goddess Breed, she is the eternal flame as well. And they still work to this day to keep her flame lit. These are the fire keepers, or the flame keepers, or I think it's the keeper of the flames. There you go. So this is very important because this is about your fire within you. And if we think about keeping the flames burning, okay, this is a lot of information because this is connecting us to our roots of where we come from, and the blood that's flowing through our veins, our DNA. And it's reminding us of the eternalness that is within us. It is reminding us of the spark of light that exists in every single person in this world. She is also the goddess of the crafts. And this is about, you know, and it can be about alchemy, changing one thing into another, right? So this is really hinting on a lot of things. Her hair is red, that represents fire. You see the light here. So she's showing the light to us as well. She's showing us that, you know, it does take the light to illuminate the darkness. And it says, my light grows brighter. And that, when we are illuminating the shadows or the darkness, we are exposing the fears and those things that keep us back from being the truly creative people that we are. We are all creative in some way. We all have gifts. We all have these wonderful things that we can do. So in saying that, she's reminding us of that, reminding us of our wonderful gifts that we have. That is what keeps that eternal flame burning. We have to feed that. So we have to do things that we love, that inspire us, and we need to be in those environments as well, to be in those environments and to be able to feed our soul. That helps that as well. So the other one, I always slaughter these names, and I'm so sorry, is Kadeha. Kadeha. This is the mother of believers. So as she says, I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. Oh my goodness. Sovereignty, 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 sovereignty. This is right here. We're using our gifts in order to take care of ourselves and understanding what being spiritually abundant is, financially abundant, as well as emotionally abundant, because fire, breed is also about our passions as well. There we go. I don't want to cover those up. So this is very important. I'm really ready to get on with the reading, to really dive down in here. This divine feminine here, the mother of believers, this is about, taking that sovereignty and, the heaven exists within kind of concept. We have so many people that are miserable in this world because they choose it. Every single day they choose to be miserable for something. And, she's like, take the red here. This is more power. The gold behind here, that's that sun. This is getting off your butt and getting things done. Believe in yourself. You can do this. So this is our past. So this is our star energy. Okay. We are remembering our dreams and what we want to accomplish in our life, learning how to balance our physical and our spiritual side. Never lose sight of the vision, of the dream that you have, the goals. So present, we are in the Hanged Man. This is important. Now, these are two major Arcana cards, so this is really talking to us here. And this is saying that right now in the present, we feel like we're stuck, and we could be stuck. And this is saying that, sometimes, a different perspective is needed. Take some time, really take some time to yourself and separate, be peaceful. This card almost reminds me of the Hermit, whereas you're having to go into yourself. But with this one, you have to see things from a different perspective, meaning you have to step outside of that box. Okay. And this is the Five of Pentacles in our future. So the number 5 is about change, and it's about shifts that's happening. And this represents our actual pentacle. You have earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. And with this, you see this little snowdrop flower right there. That is saying that, the pentacles are still hanging from the trees. They're there. And there is life if you want it. There's help there if you need it. You have to ask for it. This is stating that in our future, see what's happening. We're seeing things from a different perspective. And when we do that, we can see other possibilities that can be offered to us. This is saying to us that there's help available, but we have to choose to ask for it. And I say that a lot. We have to choose because we have free will. And this is something that we really need to work on. So, wow, we have got a lot of major Arcana cards here. So this is really talking about a transition that we're going through, which is, goes right along the lines of the astrology reading, actually. In the World card, we had the number 21. Now, this is the last card of the major Arcana deck. So this is when the Fool has become a man. He's mastering his manhood now. He has, he's got his sight together. He has his animal instincts in line, and he still remembers that, we can't waste life, that we continuously have to grow. So this actually signals an end. This is a transition. This is reaching a certain level, and this being in the fear. So maybe you have reached a certain level in your life, and you're kind of fearful of what's coming next. The future can be quite daunting amidst all of this chaos energy that we have been through. So I totally get it. I totally get it. Let's see. Okay, this is our wishes. 6 of Pentacles. Okay. And you notice how he's giving money to the children there. This is about our giving, but it's also about receiving as well. So just as he has, you see he's dressed in green, which represents the earth, but it also represents money. This is nicer clothes that he is wearing. And you see that feather, that white feather. That is the white feather of balance. And, in the tarot, Ma'at is really played out throughout that in the Rider deck, because that is very important about, keeping your heart light, and it's a give and take exchange. And like we were talking about in the astrology, win-win situation, but it's also about the exchange of energy, the fair exchange of energy. And then we have the outcome, which is the 10 of Cups, which you see the house in the background. That is reaching your emotional fulfillment that you are wanting. So through this reading, in our past, we are, we're trying to remember our dreams again. What did we want to do? We left something behind maybe. What do we want to do? And with the Hangman, we are saying that, there's an unfolding that's happening, and we can't rush this process, okay? For this to be the future, don't feel hopeless. Do not feel hopeless. There is help. There is things around you that will truly benefit you. There is life. There is, the thing about when we are studying paganism, is that we know that there are cycles of life within us. We have our cycles, the earth has our cycles, and when there's changes, it can be so scary because it is so chaotic, and our foundation is getting rocked. It's almost, if you've been through an earthquake, then you kind of can understand what I'm talking about. It's almost like the ground is shaking underneath you, and it's making your knees weak, and you can't stand good. But there's help there. You have to see things in a different way. You have to back up a little bit. You can't see the problems when you're amidst the chaos, right? And here for our fears, this is about, what's next, what's coming, what is coming after this transition. This is like an initiation type place. So it's like we've done something and we've accomplished. And what if I do accomplish this? What if I do get this? Where is this going to leave me? So you're going to have to be, and this could also be someone, if you're stepping up in your career, in the career that you're wanting to go on, this could be a step up in that. And maybe, it's putting you in a place to where it's, a lot of responsibility maybe, and you're kind of scared, but you will have the help that you need in this transition. I'm really feeling here for this, because this is just a collective reading. This is really talk about having to remember, going back to the beginning almost, is like, remembering, because it seems things have gotten so jumbled, you've been, things has been a little jumbled, and you're trying to tap back into your spirituality and learning harmony again, that sort of thing. This is a process that we're working through. And, I typically center on the collective and the inner energy of the whole world of what's going on. And I do feel the changing, and I feel this shift, and it's really going to be, give and take, and win-win situations are really going to be highlighted here. But we need to keep focused in where we are going. There are, let's see here, one, and we have two, three major arcanas here. And that is about a stage that we must go through. It is something that is grabbing our attention and saying, you must witness this. You have to witness this. So, yeah, this is a wonderful reading for the Pisces full moon. But in order to get this happy ending that you want, this emotional fulfillment, you're going to have to go back to the beginning of the innocence. Remembering, you know, the spark of your soul and who you are. Take control of yourself. Balance the spirituality and your physical world. We have to balance our emotions. Remember, all of this drama that we see is pulling our emotional chains, and it's almost like an emotional vampire where it just sucks the energy right out of you, and we have to stop that. Remember, it is a flow. It is about an equal energy exchange. And that is the only way that we're going to be able to do that, is to stop. We have to cut off what is draining us, not only financially, but emotionally. About a mind, body, and soul alignment is really, really highlighted. All right, guys, that is it for the reading. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot going on, and yeah, if you would like a personal reading, I am not taking appointments now. I do apologize. There's just a lot of things going on. If you've been following me on my social media, you know that I have been going through a big shift myself. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Astro Tarot Show with Serona Rose, and I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful Pisces full moon, and I will see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. on fringetv.online. Blessings, everyone.